Napoleon Bonaparte, 1769–1821, was the Emperor of the French from 1804 until 1814 and again briefly in 1815. He is hailed as one of the greatest military commanders and rulers in history. Napoleon paved his own path to success. Starting as a second lieutenant, he used his military genius to ultimately take a position that no one had occupied prior to him. When he came to power, Napoleon tried to correct the harm done during the Reign of Terror. Aside from being triumphant in battles and building an empire, Bonaparte also laid the foundation for modern French education and created a set of laws, known as the Napoleonic Code, based on common sense and equality. Napoleon was an extremely ambitious and intelligent man, known for his ability to multitask. While European countries formed coalitions trying to defeat him, he was able to escape even from exile and take over his empire again for a brief period, before losing the famous Battle of Waterloo. Here are Napoleon Bonaparte quotes to help you build a stronger character. Friends must always be treated as if one day they might be enemies. The stupid speak of the past, the wise of the present, and fools of the future. We walk faster when we walk alone. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. 6 hours sleep for a man, 7 for a woman and 8 for a fool. In our time, none has the conception of what is great. It is up to me to show them. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. The surest way to remain poor is to be an honest man. If you wish to be success in the world, promise everything, deliver nothing. If I had not been born Napoleon, I would have liked to have been born Alexander. God is on the side with the best artillery. I would kiss a man's ass if I needed him. If the art of war were nothing but the art of avoiding risks, glory would become the prey of mediocre minds. To extraordinary circumstances we must apply extraordinary remedies. Great men are never cruel without necessity. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go. Nothing is more difficult, and therefore more precious, than to be able to decide. Victory belongs to the most persevering. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war. Soldiers generally win battles. Generals get credit for them. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. I saw the crown of France laying on the ground, so I picked it up with my sword. Soldiers generally win battles. Generals get credit for them. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. I saw the crown of France laying on the ground, so I picked it up with my sword. Men are moved by two levers only: fear and self-interest. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. Imagination rules the world. Victory belongs to the most persevering. 4 hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. Ability is of little account without opportunity. From the heights of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down on us. Riches do not consist in the possession of treasures, but in the use made of them. A leader is a dealer in hope. Nothing is more difficult, and therefore more precious, than to be able to decide. The French complain of everything, and always. We must laugh at man to avoid crying for him. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. Let France have good mothers, and she will have good sons. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. The human race is governed by its imagination. If they want peace, nations should avoid the pinpricks that precede cannon shots. A true man hates no one. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. There are 2 levers for moving men, interest and fear. I base my calculation on the expectation that luck will be against me. Men who have changed the world never achieved their success by winning the chief citizens to their side, but always by stirring the masses. You become strong by defying defeat and by turning loss into gain and failure to success. Better to have an open enemy than hidden friends. The world suffers a lot, not because the violence of bad people, but because of the silence of the good people. There are only 2 forces that unite men: fear and interest. Strategy is the art of making use of time and space. I am less concerned about the later than the former. Space we can recover, lost time never. A man is known by his conduct to his wife, to his family, and to those under him. A man will fight harder for his interests than for his rights. Never tell your enemy he is doing the wrong thing. An order that can be misunderstood, will be misunderstood. The only victories which leave no regret are those which are gained over ignorance. The reason most people fail instead of succeeding is they trade what they want most for what they want at the moment. As for me, to love you alone, to make you happy, to do nothing which would contradict your wishes, this is my destiny and the meaning of my life. The greatest danger occurs at the moment of victory. The extent of your consciousness is limited only by your ability to love, and to embrace with your love the space around you, and all it contains. I have seen only you, I have admired only you, I desire only you. Success is the most convincing talker in the world. It is only by prudence, wisdom, and dexterity that great ends are attained and obstacles overcome. Without these qualities, nothing succeeds. In love, victory goes to the man who runs away.